No one builds the American dream alone. Behind every successful business, every meaningful career, and every lasting legacy is a network of relationships, mentors, partners, clients, teammates, and supporters who make progress possible. The truth is, business isn't just about products, strategies, or profits. It's about people. When you build strong relationships, you build trust. And trust is the real currency of opportunity. A trusted reputation opens doors money can't buy, introductions, referrals, collaborations, and partnerships that elevate your life and business to the next level. A single conversation with the right person can lead to a new client. A shared belief can turn into a partnership. A long-term friendship built on integrity can become a lifetime collaboration. Every successful entrepreneur eventually learns this truth. Growth is a byproduct of the relationships you nurture. Strong relationships also create accountability. The people who truly believe in you won't just cheer when you win, they'll challenge you when you drift. They'll tell you the truth when it's uncomfortable and support you when the road gets heavy. You don't grow by surrounding yourself with comfort. You grow by surrounding yourself with honesty and support. Every handshake matters. Every phone call matters. Every interaction is a deposit or a withdrawal in your relationship account. Even the strongest mindset needs connection to thrive. The truth is simple. No one reaches their American dream alone. That's where this chapter begins, because in the real world, relationships aren't just social links. They are the true currency of opportunity. Connect with purpose, not status. Your reputation travels ahead of you. One of the most valuable assets you will ever build is your reputation. Early in my career, I worked for Wilson Foods and was fortunate to achieve significant success in sales. I focused on building relationships, understanding my customers, and consistently producing results. I had no idea those efforts would create opportunities years later. One of the executives I worked with eventually moved into a new retail division. When his team began developing an innovative new mozzarella cheese product called Healthwise, he remembered my retail sales background and the results we had achieved together. Because of our previous working relationship and because he trusted my abilities, he reached out and asked me to help launch Healthwise into the grocery store market. What began as an ambitious idea became a tremendous success. The launch performed so well that company leadership formally recognized the achievement. I was honored to be mentioned in a letter distributed to all 21,000 employees throughout the organization. Receiving that recognition was gratifying, but the bigger lesson stayed with me long after the applause faded. Opportunities often come from people who remember your work. The executive did not call me because I sent him a resume. He called because he remembered the value I had created years earlier. This executive didn't hire my resume. He hired my reputation. People never forget competence. They never forget integrity. And they never forget results. The effort you put into your work today may create opportunities you cannot even imagine tomorrow. Every customer you help, every problem you solve, and every relationship you build becomes part of your professional reputation. Long after people forget what you said, they remember what you accomplished. Your reputation is always working for you or against you. Make sure it is opening doors. Many people chase relationships for prestige, to say they know someone powerful or influential. But the American dream isn't built on proximity to titles. It's built on alignment of purpose. You don't need to impress people, you need to inspire them. When people see your drive, your work ethic, and your vision, they want to be part of your story. The question isn't who's in the room, it's who believes in the mission. Ask yourself honestly, am I connecting with this person because of their position, or because our values and standards align? Purpose-driven relationships last longer and go deeper. They create collaboration, not transactions. Lead with value and vision. In business, effort always comes before reward, and relationships follow the same rule. If you want mentors, show initiative. If you want partners, bring solutions. If you want trust, follow through. Be the person who contributes ideas, solves problems, and keeps commitments. When people see your consistency, they begin opening doors on your behalf, not because they owe you, but because they trust you. A simple habit makes an enormous difference. After every meaningful conversation, follow up within 24 hours. Send a thank you message, share something relevant, offer help. That small action turns meetings into momentum. Build your dream circle. Every dreamer needs a dream circle, a small, intentional group of people who help each other grow. Your dream circle should include mentors who have already walked the road you want to travel, collaborators who share your ambition and work ethic, and supporters who keep you grounded when pressure rises. This isn't about collecting contacts. It's about cultivating allies. Gratitude is a force multiplier. In a world obsessed with taking, gratitude makes you unforgettable. Thank people, recognize effort, acknowledge contributions. Gratitude deposits emotional equity into every relationship you touch. People may forget what you said, but they will never forget how you made them feel. Small acts of respect compound over time. You never know who's watching or remembering. Gratitude turns connections into community. Be the top lieutenant. Strong relationships don't just grow sideways, they grow upward. Every successful leader remembers their top lieutenant. Not the loudest person in the room, not the one chasing attention, the one they trusted, the one who carried responsibility without supervision, the one who protected the mission, upheld the standard, and made the leader's job easier, not harder. If you want to accelerate your American dream through relationships, this is one of the most powerful positions you can earn. Before people follow you, they watch how you support those above you. The shortcut most people miss. Many people want to lead, but few want to serve well first. They chase titles instead of trust, authority instead of credibility, visibility instead of responsibility. But the fastest way to rise is not to compete with your leader, it's to become indispensable to them. A top lieutenant is not a follower, they are a force multiplier. They execute without constant instruction. They take ownership instead of making excuses. They solve problems before they reach the top. They protect priorities. They represent the standard when leadership isn't present. Leaders notice this immediately, and they never forget it. Loyalty is leverage when it is earned. True loyalty isn't blind obedience, it's alignment. The top lieutenant understands the mission so clearly that they can act independently in its best interest. That level of loyalty builds uncommon trust, and trust creates access. Access leads to mentorship. Mentorship leads to opportunity. Opportunity changes lives. Borrow the weight before you carry it. Most people wait for authority before acting like a leader. Top lieutenants earn authority by acting like one first. Relationships are forged under pressure. Leaders don't trust people because they're friendly. They trust people because they show up under pressure. Trust is built when deadlines are tight, stakes are high, and failure is visible. A personal lesson in relationship equity. When I was 30 years old, I was a sales manager. I intentionally built strong relationships with the company's top executives, not by asking for favors, but by showing up prepared, engaged, and willing to contribute. Years later, our company president accepted a high-profile position with another company. I stayed in touch, intentionally. 2 years later, he reached out to me. He offered me a senior position within his company. I accepted. It wasn't because I was smarter, it was because relationships compound. I invested long before there was anything to gain. That wasn't luck, that was relationship equity, and it changed the trajectory of my life. Treat every interaction as an opportunity. Nothing, absolutely nothing, gets done in business without going with and through other people. Every idea requires buy-in. Every goal requires cooperation. Every dream requires belief beyond your own. Business is about people, their trust, their effort, and their belief in you. Look at every interaction as a possible connection to your American dream. Be intentional. When you value others, relationships deepen, trust compounds, and opportunities surface naturally. Stay true to the dream. Real relationships are built on trust, not tactics. Don't chase temporary alliances, build timeless partnerships. When you stay true to your purpose, you attract those who share it. Reflection. Relationships don't grow by accident, they grow by intention. Who are the 5 people you interact with most? Are they raising your standards? Are you acting like a top lieutenant? Or just an employee? Whose job could you make easier starting today? Are you investing in relationships long before you need something from them? The American dream responds to people who understand this truth. When you build people, people build your dream.